Hey gents, welcome back to Top Tip Betting Tips. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a good weekend with the family and good weekend punting. Wasn't a great day today at Scottsville. Did tell you boys to play with caution. I knew those favourites that they were all up priced as favourites. I mean, 8 to 10, 7. Those horses were never favourites. I did think they could, but they weren't good bets or anything like that. So, a little bit disappointed about Political Party. Came into the straight and just was one pace throughout, and then you got your other two that ran in the 6 furlong sprint. What's that horse called? Ironbark and my good old mate Irontail. I've got shares in that horse. Both got left at the start and we're about 15 off them. So not great with those two, but never went too mad on them. But we move on to our card at Greyville on Monday. Not any easier, I can tell you boys that. I haven't even found anything to really even have a strike on, to be quite honest with you. A couple of swingers and that stuff may not go amiss. But it's very hard, gents. If you do... I personally don't think you should play any bets on a hard card like this. I think there's some races where I think 6 or 7 could win. It's impossible. Like, you know, if you're playing PAs and that stuff, you'll have to load up in the legs. I do think you could banker that horse Honeyland in the second. But other than that, it's hard. So just play with caution on Monday. If you do play, don't get too involved. Play the swingers and that sort of stuff with my first 2 or 3 selections. But take it easy. So we move on to the first race. Tricky opener. I can't split these two horses. I Like It Hot and Lady Haast. They both ran against each other. Lady Haast had its first run. I Like It Hot had its second run. I Like It Hot, they thought it should have won. You look at the 400s to finish. Lady Haast beats it on the 400 to finish. Lady Haast came running on. I Like It Hot led from the front. There's not much that separates the two of them, in my opinion. I do like the 5. I like its style. It's got a nice stride on it. But then in saying that, Lady Haast, I Like It Hot could be coming for the last 100, 150, and Lady Haast could come and win. But the race doesn't stop there by any means. There's a first time we have Variety Fair coming for a lot of money, shows a lot back home, puts up a fair bit of work. We know Muscat doesn't get them wound up, but they can win first time out for Muscat. So between those 3 in the first race for me, but I can't separate 5 and 8. Slight preference for the 5. Race 2, probably the bets on the card and Honeyland. I don't know if this can get beat, but I'm not going to have a punt at 6 to 10, to be quite honest with you. There's more risk than reward there. If it was 14, 15 to 10, you could probably have a punt. But it's too short at 6 to 10 for me. Especially with the first time. There's a first time in the race at second favourites. I mean, you'd be stupid going on it, you know what I'm saying? The first time it could be anything. But I do respect Honeyland in the second. I think it could be a good bet. And... yeah, but there's a first time in the race from Dean Caname and Keegan Stable. It's a well-bred horse. It's a half-sister to Waterbury Lane. So, you know, if you're going anything on breeding, if it's half as good as Waterbury Lane, could well win this. So, be careful in the second. But I do think for the Bar Pot and PA boys, I don't think Honeyland will miss the first 2. The third race, I don't usually do this, but I like this first timer, Prometeria or something like that. I can't pronounce it, to be quite honest with you. And it's bred well. 1400 shouldn't be an issue for it on its breeding, and lots of money for it. Word is that it can run. Word back home is it can move, and they expect a big run from it. Obviously, healthy respect for Wiley Riley. Ran very well on debut. Drifted badly in the market, so that shows you that they obviously didn't fancy it. Markets are always important for first-timers. A lot of times when money comes for a first time, it's a stable money because nobody else knows about it except the owners in the stable. It's not like overseas and Hong Kong and that where you know so much about the first timers before they've even run. You get interviews on each horse, you can watch their trials and all that sort of stuff. So, but word is that the 4 can run. Healthy respect for Wiley Riley and number 1 Eddie the Mover. I like that run to Arm Regal. Form lines are strong there. So could be one. But between 4 and 7. The 4, I'll tell you now. The 4's been back from 6.5 to 1 to 2 to 1. So quite a bit of money. Race 4. I've gone for number 5, Famous and Rich. I must say in a very open race. Was 50 to 1 on debut, but ran a crack on debut. Came from the absolute clad, switched, or probably should have won. Switched at a crucial stage and absolutely flew home. Goes over the 14 again and must have healthy claims. Another day in Africa, been disappointing this horse. We backed it when Muzi rode it 2 starts ago and pulled like the dentist. Ran last time on the poly, never ran a bad race. But it was just very one-paced. I do expect another day in Africa to be a little bit more competitive in this sort of lineup. Number 9, Unique Power. Very eye-catching debut. Came from the Clads. Doug's stables in good form. And must have some sort of a chance. Number 3, Slurricane. Disappointed last time out. Thought it would be a bit more competitive than what it was. Trifectas and quartet player. Wave Warrior. Not a horse to be left out. Not going to Hollywood, but has some experience and some good form behind a few horses. I mean, look at that run there. It's run to Red Saxon. It's run against a lot stronger. Had a high mirror rating of 83. Now 69. My only concern is a draw. It's drawn very wide over 1400. I mean, it's going to be drawn a little bit better in my opinion. But wouldn't be surprised if it wins, to be quite honest. But probably another day in Africa there. And Famous Rich, couple of swingers and exactors. Race 5. I do like this horse, Double Dream. Well, won very well on debut. Came from the Clads. And last time out, finished off its race very, very strong again. Looked to be a bit lost around the 4-500, coming around the bend again. But came motoring home and got brushed at a crucial stage. Must be competitive. But the betting says all you need to know. It's 28 to 10 the favourite and then 6 to 1 the field. So quite a competitive races. RC Knight, Mvulazani, Lady Tiptree, Demigod, Winter Destiny, all horses gin and tonic and with a big shot. Princess T. So very, very competitive 5th race. 6th race, I've gone for number 1, Lunar Eclipse. My original selection was Chelsea Flower, but it is scratched. But I have gone for Lunar Eclipse. Very good win last time out on the poly. Suggested she would see out the distance to 2000. Does step up to it for the first time. Gone from 16 to 2000. Could be a bit of a concern, but last time out, went from the front. Loves running from the front. And drawn 1 again. Must have a big shot. Gone for number 8, Rocket Reef. Could be the value in this race, Rocket Reef. Won well last time out. I mean, look at the way it quickened. Horse can come from anywhere, It's 1 up handy. It's 1 from the back. It can come from anywhere. It's not a question of where it can come from. It's got different running styles. It doesn't seem to have just one running style. So, Rocket Reef, healthy respect for it. Number 12, name of the game. Ran to Rocket Reef last time out. Also made a bit of headway. Wasn't finishing as quick as Rocket Reef, but must have some sort of a chance. Mode changes stables. Watch that. Got a very, very low weight on its back. Could be a player. Don't leave it out of the pick sixes or anything. And Q for you for the larger boys. Race 7. I've gone for number 2, Rainwear. Does carry a bit of pudding, but hung in very, very badly last time. Went down the inside, not sure why. I don't like it when horses go down the inside at Greyville. You know, it's a bit of hits and miss, in my opinion. You know, some of them quicken, but I like middle to outside. Went down the inside. Vet had a look at it, so obviously the jockey felt something amiss. And I do think Rainwear, if it gets back to that run where it beat Mole's Princess, will beat this lot. Number 3, Hayat, must have a chance. Low weight on its back again. Moved up last time, just tired, but must have some sort of a chance there. But it's for me, Rainwear, back to its best, wins it. Last race, I can't split these two, Maximus and Mr. Pagal. I think they both got just as good chats. Both ran very good races last time out. On form and all that sort of stuff, I can't split them. I both had them priced up favourites when I did my pricing up, and there's nothing in the market. One's 4-1, one's 4.5. One's 4-1, one's 9-2. I can't split them. I think one of them will win the last race, to be quite honest with you. So swingers, exactors, boxed exactors, all that sort of stuff in the last for me. I'm probably going to take a little tote double the last race, Banker, Rainwear, by 1 and 2 for a couple hundred. And hopefully I can get lucky. That will be my play for the day. Other than that, boys, if you're playing, don't get too involved. Couple swingers, exactors, 20 Rand, 30 Rand. Don't go crazy. All you need is 1 or 2 horses to be paying 3-4 Rand a place, and you'll pick up a couple hundred. But don't go mad. It is a tough card. I know we all like to have an interest in on the day's racing and that stuff, but we've got to be disciplined in that stuff. But enjoy the racing, and we'll chat to you guys again on the weekend. Take it easy. Cheers for now.